think their whole offense is operating at an extremely high level. Kevin's done a great job with the quarterback, and not just Jefferson, but they've got other pieces that are scary. So we've got to do a good job. We've got to affect the interior of the pocket. We've got to get around the quarterback. We've got to keep him in because he's doing a good job extending plays. Obviously, Jefferson is, he's at the top of the game and receiver-wise. So we got to stay on top of him. I mean, that's the biggest thing. He's going to get his catches. Just stay on top, eliminate the explosive catches, and then tackle. Like, get him on the ground, because he is a good run after catch guy. And so if he gets his catch, keep it as short as we can, and then get him on the ground and let's line up and play again.
You let Tyson shadow him?
No, we're gonna be who we are. We're gonna play like we've been playing. There'll be some times where he's critical situations and things like that. He'll be on them, but we're gonna be who we are and continue to stay the course and continue with this defense.
Josh said he and Trayvon did like rock, paper, scissors to decide who was going to be on the field on that drive opposite of Eric. I mean, which one was supposed to be on the drive? Do they do that a lot?
No, maybe we should just keep Trayvon on the field all the time. He'll score more touchdowns, right? So the rotation. It's the rotation, and Eric was up, and the next guy up, Trayvon was going to go in there, and then Josh was the next guy, and so that's just kind of how we rotate, and we've been rotating like that all season long.
So that was supposed to be Trayvon anyway.
Yeah, yes, Trayvon.
But in theory, if Josh had won the rock, paper, scissors, he would have run out.
I don't believe Trayvon would have let him run on the field. I think Trayvon would have stopped him from running on the field, and no, that they're in their rotation. That's what they're doing. Eric's the next guy up, and then they go out on the field, and I'm happy Trayvon was on the field.
Does that bother you, though, that they're doing that on the sideline?
No, I think it was part of the game where, sometimes you get into a game where you're battling and, the guys are feeling good and you want them to be. I felt our defense, we started away and then we gave up a touchdown and we battled and you felt the energy on the sideline and things like that. And, there's some things that, man, you want the guys up and upbeat. And when we ran out there and that next drive, you can feel the energy and the things like that. And so I think, our guys have been doing a good job of communicating and whatever the case that was. But when they went out there, they were ready to play. And you could see by the play and them in their stances and attacking and Trayvon with the return. I mean, and there's some other things on that return that was phenomenal football play, Jarian and his 2 blocks and guys turning and running. And so the most important thing is when we're out there, we're ready to go with high energy, suddenness. Our effort is at an all-time high. That's the most important thing. And when you turn on that play and you watch what happened, I mean, we were right there.
So you don't think it's a bad look for them to be doing that on the sideline?
No, I think we're making way more out of it than what it really was.
So you're not leaving it up to them who plays?
No, we have a rotation, and as we have the entire year. I've seen some things where we've been called hockey subs and things like that. That's what we do. Is we have our rotation, the next guy up, and at that time, the next guy was up, and away we go. Same thing with Miles Cole. All those guys they're having a certain number of snaps we like them to get, and at the end of the day, they met those snaps. And so the rotation is, and sometimes it changes.
So if Josh went out there, you would have pulled him off?
If it was Josh's turn to be up, then he would have been up.
But if it was not his turn and he went out on the field, would you pull him off?
Well, I don't think the other player who was supposed to be on the field would have let him go on the field. So,
Ryan, who or what has to change for your run defense to shore up after a couple of weeks of struggle?
Yeah, sure. The first thing is the tackling. We got to tackle better. Tackling, space tackling, whatever, in the box, and then we got to get off blocks. That's the thing is strike blocks, get off blocks, and it's just where sometimes we're in a light box, and that's what we got to do is stop the run in a light box. But start with the tackling. Let's start with the tackling. Let's make sure we're sure tacklers at all 3 levels of the defense. Strike blocks, get off blocks at all 3 levels of the defense, and then keep them in. Don't let an explosive run, pop on us. Because at times we're playing consistently good real run defense. And then one will hit, and that's what we've got to limit. That's what's going on with our defense right now. Is you see periods of time where it looks how it's supposed to look, and then one play will hit, and it disrupts the flow of what we're doing. And so we've got to do a good job of eliminating the explosive plays. Like, that's the biggest thing.
Was that Devon Hamilton's most consistent performance from start to finish? And have you seen that coming from him? How do you keep it going?
Yeah, last couple, really since we've been in London. Like the New England game and the last Green Bay and then this last week, you've seen an uptick of his play, and it's helped us. I mean, his production, his tackles, things like that is, I think, it's off the chart. I mean, he's very productive right now in the last couple games. You know, he's upwards. Don't know how many exactly tackles he's had, but there's been a bunch of them. But he's getting off blocks, causing double teams, things like that, and it's helping us for sure.
What does this say to you about Jarring's maturity? Just kind of the mindset he's had, since the Saquon play and not letting him get down or anything like that.
Yeah, well, the Saquon play. I mean, look, the guy's a really good football player, and I don't look at that as something that I think we're making big. Look, the play was fantastic for their team. But what I do like about it is watch the finish of the play. Guys turned and ran. It was a violent collision, tackle, and things are going to happen like that. He's a good player. I mean, give him all the credit. Great play. We only got like 2 more yards afterwards. So it was what it was. We haven't even. That's not even something that we've talked about. Like, it's move on to the next. I appreciate his maturity since the start to the season till we are right now. He's playing at an extremely high level, covering guys. You can see him gain confidence every snap. The play in the Green Bay interception and how he's covering, and you get excited because he's raising his level of play every week. And, the sky's the limit for the guy. I mean, he really is a really good football player, and he's just figuring it out, being a rookie. And we're at the middle of the season, and so maybe that's not the correct thing to say he's figuring it out. He's figured it out. Now he's just growing, in the position and playing it at a high level.
And stuff like on the Trayvon return his block, does that just kind of show you his overall instincts as a football player?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, first of all, go scoop every ball. I mean, he scoops every ball, turns, he gets hit, right, keeps on balance, and then works his way down the sideline, and then you watch – Jarring he shields a lineman, then go block the quarterback, cut back. I mean, what a play. I mean, the guys did a great job. Everything, credit to the players, man. Turn, get the ball, scoop and score, like everything that your drills that you do. I mean, there it was right there. It was awesome, and give those guys a bunch of credit for executing that play. Ventrell making the tackle, getting the ball, the whole thing together is it's something to build on. There's a lot of things last game we can build on, the sneaks and the 4th down stops and things like that. There's a lot to build on, and you feel like you're going in the right direction. It's like what we've talked about. We just got to eliminate some of those explosive plays and put a full game together.
Where would you rate Trayvon's athleticism? Is it out like completely off the charts?
Yeah,
for a
it
big
is.
guy to be able to do like that?
He is. He's off the charts. I mean, it's the guy. He's as athletic for being a big man as they come. He's light on his feet. He can rush, finesse, and power. Like he can do it all. I think I know where you're going with the can he play offense? Whoa, let's slow down on that, But no, he's in how he practices is. You appreciate he comes to work every single day. He's the same guy, and he goes out there and he busts that practice, and you just get fired up to be around him. And you see a guy who's continuing to make plays and getting better. He's 7-8 tackles. He's hard to block in the run game. He's power rushing, and you see his game continue to grow. Fired up about it for sure.
So Doug Aubrey be a pretty darn good tight end in the league if you decide.
I didn't say that.
If I wanted to borrow him for a play or two,
Hey, we're scoring touchdowns. Hey, take them. Like let's go. So all good. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you.